Hello and welcome back to another Lord of the Rings live stream. We're doing Lord of the Rings again. I am excited. We are taking on, what is this one called? The Waste of Eriador today. This one is considered fairly difficult when I look at some of the challenge ratings online. I have not played it. We're going to be doing the deck build, deck modification that we have been doing recently. And yeah, so this one is all about wargs. Istari, Lord of the Rings, a rare treat. I think after this week, it's getting back to pretty much normal. I'm done with a lot of my my travels. We don't have any of the big box Marvel Champion stuff coming out, so I'm hoping that it's a little bit more regular starting next week. But yes, Lord of the Rings. How are you doing, Istari? This is all about wargs. There's a lot of wargs that are coming out, and they have a lot of different effects. The other interesting thing about this scenario is that there's daybreak and nightfall, and this is going to be swapping every round. Day is good for us, night is really bad for us, and so we need to manage that as it's not even a resource, but just manage that as another type of interaction with the game. And so it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I'm thinking because we have 3 stages here. We have a 20, a 15, and a 5. So it's a lot of questing. So we're going to need some good bits of questing. And then we have threat that comes up whenever it becomes night. Whenever it becomes night, discard 1 non-objective ally you control. And then I think we flip this at the end of the... At the end of the round, flip this objective. And so this is going to be flipping every single round. And kind of what I have been thinking about just reading through the cards and understanding what is going on, I'm thinking that we revisit the Sylvan archetype. Sylvans are all about bouncing in, doing some crazy stuff, and then bouncing out. And I think that can offset some of the discard allies that we control and stuff like that. And so that's kind of where I'm leaning. Now, if y'all have any suggestions or recommendations otherwise, I'm more than happy to hear that. But I really like the idea of a Sylvan deck here. I also just love the Sylvans, and so if I can play them, I'm going to play them. The main tools that the Sylvans have are going to be Galadriel and Celeborn. So let's go ahead and break out some of the cards. So Celeborn is our first card that we're going to be pulling. We've got a 11 threat Celeborn. After a Sylvan ally enters play, that ally gets +1 to all of their stats until the end of the round. Awesome. Sweet. So now we can pop in, quest for a good bit. He's got some pretty good stats at a 3-2-2-4. But when you combine that with Galadriel, let's go over here and hop over to Spirit. Galadriel is a 9-cost hero, 4/0/0. She cannot quest, attack, or defend. Allies you control do not exhaust to commit to the quest during the round they enter play. So now we can have Sylvan allies pop in. They have +1 to all their stats, and they get a free quest, which is going to really help with this high quest values that we have to hit. Then as an action, we can exhaust Galadriel to choose a player. That player reduces their threat by 1 and draw a card. So we can do that, and then we're going to pair that with her ring, which we will talk about here in a second. The last hero. I'm open to suggestions. I'm curious what y'all think, because it's going to be something that needs to take care of wargs. There's going to be a lot of wargs in here, and they're pretty nasty. I'm leaning tactics because I think we're going to need something. Now we have Sylvans that are popping in. They can defend for us, or they can help attack. So we could go kind of the Baragond route, where we have a huge defender, load him up with the Gondorian armor and the shield and the spear and all of that good stuff, and have him just kind of defend our way through the wargs and use our allies to try and help kill him. We could go the Legolas route, right? So Legolas is a high attack hero, 3 attack, and after Legolas participates in an attack that destroys an enemy, place 2 progress counters on the current quest. What's nice about that is that we do have a couple of Like, no, what I'm thinking is the sword. We got a Rivendell Blade. We can attach it to a Noldor or Sylvan character, and then they get -2 defense whenever they are attacking. We could go with the Boromir to kind of have a little bit of the best of both worlds. We can we can raise our threat by 1 to ready Boromir, so we can have him quest, attack, defend, and also load him up with all the Gondorian stuff. Bjorn is an incredible attacker. He can just kind of ping that damage, have that 1 defense, and then he can defend for his 10 health. So there's a lot of options. I think I'm kind of leaning Legolas. I think Baragond is probably a little bit better. And this is a fairly difficult quest, so we may want to go into it with Baragond. We could also go Aragorn. Aragorn is also interesting. We have Tactics Aragorn now. So after Aragorn participates in an attack that destroys an enemy, choose an enemy not engaged with you and engage that enemy. Not that great, but he has the printed ability that just states that each enemy engaged with you gets -1 defense. So now with that, plus a Rivendell Blade, which we can throw on Celeborn, which actually, I don't know if that's actually a great idea there. But like, these wargs are having, 0 defense. So, interesting. I think Baragond. I think Baragond is pretty sweet. I want to take a look at my lore heroes, just make sure that I'm not missing anything super crazy for the Sylvan. Don't like Haldir that much. I mean, like, I like Haldir, but not too much. Grima is an interesting play. Can kind of lean into just the acceleration because we can lower cost of cards by like 1 and then just give them doomed, and then we can use Galadriel to help bring that down. That's actually a really interesting pairing. I don't think I've ever paired Galadriel with Grima. Grima raises your threat, Galadriel lowers your threat. That's interesting. Because yeah, ooh. We need tactics, but that's something that I want to explore a little bit more in the future. So let's go ahead and grab Baragond. All right, let's go and grab our ring. Let's grab the needed pieces. So we've got Ninya. So attached to Galadriel, she gains the lore resource icon. And we can exhaust Ninya and Galadriel to add her willpower to another character's willpower until the end of the phase. So we'll go ahead and we'll grab 3 copies of this. I don't really want to run less than 3 copies of this, but we can run 3. And then if we are fighting for space in the deck, we can pull one of those out. So we got 3 of those. The other thing is that we are going to lean into the sneak attack Gandalf here, because there's a lot of these enemies that we don't want to be engaged. There's a lot of these enemies that Gandalf can just pick off pretty easily. And so I'm going to lean into that sneak attack Gandalf. Go back to that core box strategy. See what we got. Got Steward of Gondor. I mean, like, we might as well run 2 of those. We are running the... the leadership sphere, so we might as well grab the Steward of Gondor while we're here. We also could run Sword That Was Broken. Sword That Was Broken is a good card if we run Tactics Aragorn. Really cool stuff. Let's go find Gandalf. We haven't been able to play the Gandalf ally recently because we've been running the Gandalf hero, which is fine. We're also gonna, while we're here, grab some Galadriel stuff. So Galadriel's Handmaiden, Galadriel's Greeting. Grab another copy of the Handmaiden. Let me go find one more copy of Gandalf. We also have, no, we have Galadriel here. We're playing with Galadriel. We can't use that. There it is. Alrighty, so there's that. Let's go grab that last copy of the Handmaiden just so I remember. Where is my Handmaiden? There she is. So after the handmaiden enters play, choose a player, they reduce their threat by 1, so we get to play this. She gets to quest for 3, and we reduce our threats, which is super, super, super nice. After a stolen ally enters play, so I'm also thinking about tying this into, or using stand and fight, so we can pull some of these allies back and we can lean. Okay. Oh, actually, you know what? If we lean into stand and fight and we run allies, we use them as blockers. I think instead of Baragon, we go with a higher attack. Maybe Legolas. I think Legolas is pretty nice. It's also going to help play some progress on the quest. Or Boromir. Boromir is really, really solid. Actually, let's try Éomer. And he is Sylvan. For Legolas, yeah. That's true. Are we leaning into theme here tonight, Astari? Are we going hard with the Legolas? Éomer gets the call. I don't think I've played too much with Éomer, so I want to bring Éomer back out and try him and his trusty steeds. So after a character leaves play, Éomer gets +2 fight until the end of the round. Now, since we're blocking with all these Sylvans, and we're probably just going to Éomer as the man. Nice. Yeah, because I really don't think I've played too much with Éomer. You get him Guthwine, he gets +2. Guthwine. Who and how and what is that? I love this game. I love this game so much. It's a sword. Maybe I don't think I've opened that yet. Which also reminds me, if we win tonight, we will be opening Escape from Mount Graham. And then also, regardless, we're going to do another unboxing. We're going to be unboxing Return to the Forgotten Age, because next week I'm going to be starting the Forgotten Age campaign for Arkham. And I've had some feedback that says that we really should be looking at running the Return to. It helps balance a lot of the stuff, especially for lower player counts. So I think we're going to be, or no, we will be unboxing that and doing that. Don't we have like Firefoot or something? What am I thinking? There's Firefoot. There we are. Okay, so attached to a tactics hero or a Rohan hero. Attached hero gets +1 or +2 if the attached hero is Éomer. After the attached hero attacks alone, exhaust Firefoot to choose a non-unique enemy engaged with you. Excess damage dealt by that attack is assigned to the chosen enemy. Ah, so cool. It is a restricted slot, which is not awful. It's a little sad. Let's run 2 copies of Firefoot. I'm going to just pull out some cards that are typically staples in the deck. We can look to add them later. Oh, we want Feigned Voices. Return a Sylvan ally you control to your hand. Choose an enemy engaged with the player. That enemy cannot attack this phase. What that means is we get to play them again. I have not played Firefoot. Team, I have not played Firefoot. Firefoot is not in a sleeve, probably meaning that I have not played Éomer. So that's kind of exciting. I've heard such good things about Éomer, and I think that Éomer is just a really cool character, especially if you are chump blocking a lot. And so now Éomer is going to be swinging for 7 attack, which I think takes out most of these. Yeah, it takes out most of these. It does not take out the hunting pack, which is fine. Our big boy who's coming in later is a 4/8. Yeah. Which is annoying, but we also have another restricted slot that we can throw on to Éomer. Any thoughts there? How about you can have 2 mounts, right? Like there's nothing going against having 2 mounts. Actually, I don't even know if I need... I don't even know if I need 2 mounts. I hope I don't, actually. I don't... After you optionally engage an enemy, exhaust Captain Nagandor, give the attached hero +1/+1 until the end of the round. So Captain Nagandor could go on Aylmer. Aylmer is also a warrior, so we could have some synergy there. I'm also just looking at things that give plus attack. Horn of Gondor is interesting. Horn of Gondor is interesting. Until the end of the phase, each Rohan character with a mount attachment gets +3 attack. That sounds like a fun card to build around. Let's go ahead. Let's go and grab our Sylvan allies, and then I'll have a little bit better idea of how many spots we have open for us. Also, we should probably get Olorian. We're gonna grab Olorian. Olorian, we can exhaust Olorian, lower the cost of the next Sylvan ally you play by 1 to a minimum of 1. Run 1. We'll run 1 of those. I think we'll be... Yeah. Got Orphan. After Orphan interplay, return a Sylvan ally from your discard pile to your hand. We'll go ahead and grab 2 of him. Look for the Sylvan keyword. Look for the Sylvan keyword. Silver Doe Archer, not too expensive for what we're trying to do. Orphan over here. Oh, the Ninth Guide. Yes. After Ninth Guide enters play, choose a hero. That hero does not exhaust to quest this round. Woohoo! Now we're talking. I'm a huge fan of the Sylvan archetype. We're going to run 3 copies of Knife. We may run Northern Tracker, but we may not. Actually, we're probably not. We're going to look, and because I know there's a couple of Sylvan stuff. Combat action, return a Sylvan ally you control to your hand. We're going to run 3 copies of this. We got 3 copies of Feigned Voices. We already pulled out 2 of those. Olorian, which is Sylvan. I've almost been thinking about, instead of grouping these by cost, because I think, well, I wonder if there's a way to group these by like archetype, right? So put all the noble cards together, put all the Sylvan cards together. I don't know. I like it by cost because there's a lot of crossover. But it's like, that would be kind of nice, right? Alrighty. We do have access to lore because of Ninya, so let's go ahead and just take a look and see if there's any Sylvans. Mirkwood Runner, I'm sorry. Not really what we're looking at. Daughter of Nimmerel is interesting. We could heal 2 damage from any hero. Do we have ping damage? That would be an interesting question. X damage, where X is the number of characters committed to the quest. We do have some ping damage. I think Daughter is interesting. Haldir is expensive. Hemsworth is going to be really good. We'll grab a copy of Hemsworth. I forgot about the Hobbit Pony. Oh, such a cool card. Galadriel's Minstrel. After Galadriel's Minstrel into play, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an event card and add it to your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. Let's go ahead and grab 2 copies of Galadriel's Minstrel. We got Sylvan Tracker. After he readies during the refresh phase, heal one. After a Sylvan character readies during the refresh phase, heal 1 damage from that character. It's okay. But we don't have a ton. The Tree People is awesome. Return a Sylvan ally. You control your hand's top 5 cards for Sylvan ally. Put that ally into play and shuffle the other cards. Yeah. We're going to be mulliganing really, really hard for Ninya. And so we'll have the lore resource icon to play in these 0 cost cards to get those triggering effects of Sylvans entering play, leaving play. Big fan. That's Tree People, right? Also, let's go ahead and grab Test of Will while we're here. There's the Tree People. Scout ahead. I don't think I want to go too high cost into lore. We'll probably, just the way the deck is shaping up, throw Galadriel or Sword of Gondor on Galadriel just to get the money there. Let's find our Sylvan here. Lorien Guide Sylvan. I don't think I actually thought about that. That's interesting. Let's grab 2 copies of Lorien Guide. And we'll run Lorien Guide over Northern Tracker. Now, I think that the Northern Tracker is much better, especially here, because there's a lot of nasty travel effects, but we're leaning into theme a little bit more. We got the Sylvan Refugee, 1 cost, 2... I think we're definitely going to run the Sylvan Refugee. We just have to be a little careful because after a character leaves play, we have to discard Sylvan Refugee. So we need to make sure that we are using the Sylvan Refugee to block first if we can. So let's go ahead and grab the rest of her. Then I think there's a Sylvan. Return a Sylvan ally you control to your hand. Reduce your threat by X, where X is the printed cost of the ally returned to your hand. Island amid perils. Let's go. Yeah. Elrond's Council is also in play here. I think we're starting to get pretty hefty on the deck size. Well, I mean, Elrond's Council is so good. But since Galadriel is Noldor, we can run Elrond's Council. And again, the way that I like to build decks is to get everything that I want and start pulling stuff or cutting stuff if we don't have the space for it. Let's grab, I think 3 copies of Island and Perils. Because this is also going to allow us to get around the second stage where we're discarding allies. So if we can return a higher cost ally to our hand, we can reduce the threat and maybe play them again. So I think that's going to be really nice. What was that one called? Island and Perils. Oh, okay. Light of Valinor is in play with Celeborn. I don't think I ever made that connection. Let's grab 1 copy of Light of Valinor. So we can drop it on Celeborn, who is a Sylvan character. Mirror Galadriel is so scary. I don't want to run Mirror. I don't want to run Mirror Galadriel. Mirror Galadriel scares me. Oh, Unexpected Courage for Galadriel is really nice. Then Let's go see if there's any Sylvan over here, and then we can do a count and come back. So we've got Galadriel Archer. Definitely want Galadriel Archers. I think I already actually grabbed the other couple from him, right? Nope. Does there return a Sylvan red card? Deal 1 damage to each enemy engaged with the player. That one's less good. Let's go over here. We've got a Sylvan warrior. After a Sylvan ally you control leaves play, ready defender of the knife. It's okay. Okay, let's do our count. We've got what feels like I'm gonna guess 54 cards here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Wait. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. That's 30. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I said 54. That's 54 cards. That's really fun. Okay, well, there you go. So that's 54 cards. So we are going to look to cut some stuff. There anything that, I mean, we got feints. I don't think we actually need the feints. We'll pass on the feints. That was very satisfying. That was a very satisfying call. I honestly don't know if we need Galadriel's Greetings. We'll run 2 copies. We can cut 1 there. Light of Valinor is so good. Elrond's Council is so good. We can run... we can cut the Lorien Guides. We don't need the Lorien Guides. No, they're nice. The other thing that we have is we have a very, very low distribution of tactics resources, meaning that we probably want to run a song. And let's just... sometimes I like to do this. This is the one thing I do miss about building these decks live, is I don't get to see the cost curve that is presented that like Rings DB does really well. I don't think we have any hasty strokes, and I don't like the shadow effects are not great. I Okay, we'll figure out. I don't know if we need those. Yeah, see, we have a huge distribution of spirit cards, which is fine, but we also don't have a... those are not the right... those are not in the right stack. Okay, so this is our distribution. We have a total cost of 10 in tactics. We just have so much in blue. So we could run like a Song of Travel, which could help. I do think it's worth running. Yeah, I think that's all worth it. I don't know if we need the ninth guides. Because if we have Light of Valinor on Celeborn, we don't need the ninth guides. Because the only character that we would choose to not commit to the quest would be Aylmer. And I would well, this is also like, this is tactics, right? So like we take out the tactics, we kind of want to maybe add two. We could add 2 Song of Travels and just run everyone in blue so we can pay for it, pay for everything. We also don't have a second restricted attachment for Aylmer. I don't think that that's an awful thing. It's just a note. Okay, we're going to cut... Oh, there's another knife. Okay, so we're down to 50. We're down to 50, but I do think that with this cost distribution, I want to get some Song of Travels so that we can get more blue cards onto the table quicker. Okay, so if we run 2 Song of Travels, we are looking to... Honestly, we may cut the Galadrians. Let's cut the Galadrian Greetings and see where that lands us, just because we have a lot of threat mitigation. We're starting at, what, 30? Which is not great. We have Elrond's Councils, we have Galadriel Handmaidens, we have the one where we get to return to our hand, the Island in Peril. Galadrian Greeting is just so efficient. Well, let's try it without Galadrians. Let's try it without Galadrians and see where we are. We could also cut a Ninya and just mulligan really hard. But it's about, I think, what was I saying? It's like 17% extra chance if we run 3 copies versus 2 copies. Let's try it. Let's try it. I think at this point I'm kind of in a mode of I could probably make tweaks, but I don't know. I don't have enough knowledge about the scenario to make, I think, beneficial tweets. So it's time to read the story. They have gone all in with the story on these, so let's see what it is. The Waste of Eriador. The battle at Fornos was fierce and bitter, and left many of the Dunedain wounded. The sight of the race had very nearly broken their spirit, and had it not been for the valiant efforts of Aradon's companions, the Rangers would not have withstood the attack. Once dawn had finally arrived, the Dunedain recuperated their strength, shoring up the defenses of the Dead Man's Dyke and tending to the wounded. Armithril had other concerns. Mr. I had been captured during the battle by the Wraith Tharadur, and there was still time to come to his aid. The heroes who had helped defeat Fornos vowed to rescue Mr. I as well, and so their hunt began. It didn't take long for them to find the enemy's tracks leading northeast to the hills. Tharadur and the remnants of his forces, including the minions that subdued and captured Mr. I, were making great haste across the North Downs. Despite the enemy's efforts to get away, the heroes were smaller in number and eager to pursue their quarry. Mr. I's captors took little care to cover their tracks, and so the hunters spent many hours chasing afoot without stopping to rest, eat, or find their bearings. They traveled far into the night, hoping to overtake Tharadur under the cover of darkness, but when the sun rose over the green hills, they still had closed little ground on their adversary. Armithril looked north to the horizon and sighed, worried etched upon his brow. "It's no use. Tharadur is a wraith of the shadow world, and his minions care not for food or rest. They travel unhindered for weeks without feeling weariness." While he struggled to keep pace, he turned to his companions forlorn. Patience, my friend, said one of the heroes, clasping Armathiral's shoulder. Whether it be at sunset tonight or at a fortnight from now, we will not stop pursuing them until we have rescued Mr. I. They must have some need of him alive, for we have seen no sign that harm has befallen him. Indeed, although that thought worries me equally, another of their company says. Armathiral, what do you know of Mr. I? What reason would Eriador have to take him captive? Surely Aragorn, chieftain of the Dunedain, would have been a greater prize. Just throw Aragorn under the bus. Why didn't take him? The young ranger took Mr. I's pendant from one of the pouches he wore across his belt and stared at it remorsefully. I'm not sure, he said, shaking his head. Mr. I comes from a noble bloodline that I do know. This is the symbol of his house, he explained, showing the heroes the pendant of a hawk in flight they had seen Mr. I wearing. A lesser prize than Aragorn, you say, and no doubt that is true, but Aragorn's true heritage we have long kept hidden from the enemy. Mr. I's heritage needed no such safekeeping. As long as I've known him, he has worn his pendant proudly. The ranger's eyes narrowed, and he looked at the heroes with bitter vengeance deep in his thoughts. Whatever the reason, I know that I saw at Fornost, Eriador could have taken many others but left them dead or wounded instead. When Mr. I challenged him, he sent his minions one at a time, sacrificing them to Mr. I's blade in order to wear him down. He meant to capture Mr. I alive. Perhaps that was his goal all along. The rest of the company nodded in response to Armathral, whose logic seemed sound. All the more reason why we must pace ourselves, one of the heroes said. We have no help. We are no help to Mr. I falling over with exhaustion. We must be ready to fight when we reach the Wraith. Let us press on. They continued to track their quarry for many miles, keeping a more sustainable pace, resting briefly when necessary and pressing onward with haste when the enemy's tracks led them downhill or through level country. Eventually, they reached the edge of the North Downs, where the green hill gave way to the vast and desolate lands of northern Eriador. The weather grew colder and fouler the further north they traveled. Snow and freezing rain began to pelt their cloaks and hoods, and for the first time since departing Fornost, they felt the need to camp for the night. That was the first night they had heard the howling. It came from all around them, growing louder with each passing minute. One of the heroes took charge and alerted the rest of the company. We cannot tarry. The wolves are evil and vicious, and the darkness of night is their hunting ground. They quickly broke camp, the weight of weariness beginning to take its toll. Throughout the night, the incessant bang of wolves was ever at their heels. Armathil gave voice to their common concern. I fear our hunt has just become theirs. Let's play. Ooh, alrighty, sweet. So we've got our threat. Let's go ahead and bump that all the way up to a 34. Perfect. What we're looking for here is Ninja. We really want a Ninja. Yeah, that'd be great. Ninja, Steward of Gondor, Unexpected Courage. I kind of like all of those options. We also have Armathur. So response after an enemy engages a player, give control of this ally to that player. Guess what? He gets to stay with us. He is pretty tanky. He is a 1-3-3-3, so he can defend a couple of attacks. Now we do need to be careful because if he leaves play, we do lose the game. And I remember what I forgot to get out. My tokens. I like that the Spotify DJ has an understanding, since I'm playing Aylmer here for the first time and I have the Rohan Noble here. It has decided to play the Spirit soundtrack. So horses all around today. We've got Across the Waste. Following the surprise attack on Fornost, you have agreed to help the ranger, Armathral, track the villains who captured his friend, Mr. I. Set pack leader side out of play. That's somewhere. Uh-oh. Yep, pack leader is over here, out of play. Add the time objective to the staging area with the daybreak face up. So daybreak is face up. The first player takes control of Armathral, shuffle the encounter deck, reveal one encounter card per player. Now we do get to do our hero setup first. Yes, yeah, we do hero setup first in this game. So we will wait to do that before we do our mulligan. But let's read Daybreak as I'm shuffling. Daybreak, it is day. Enemies do not make engagement checks. Forced, when it becomes day, return each enemy in play to the staging area. And then at the end of the round, flip this objective. That's annoying. Ooh. Dune here would be interesting, so you can attack things in the staging area. Then over here on Nightfall, it is night. Progress cannot be placed on quest cards. That's bad. Encounter card effects cannot be canceled. That's worse. When it becomes night, reveal an encounter card. That's awful. At the end of the round, flip this objective. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I don't like this at all. Bad, 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 bad. Let's get a quest counter out. All right, starting at 0. It's all on screen. Make Shrouded Hills the active location. So Shrouded Hills is a 5. X is number of quest cards in play. While there's only one quest card in play, Shrouded Hill gains Surge. So this is just a something that we have to get through. Get everything set up. Let's go with our opening hand. It's happening. We got Feigned Voices, does not help us now. We got Hymn Moth, which really is bad. Song of Travel is kind of nice here. Gandalf. Don't love this hand so far. We get one more card. It's an Elrond's Council. That's a scoop. We're looking for Ninya. Shuffle everything. Hope for the better. At least with Galadriel, we do have a little bit of card draw. So if we don't see Ninya, we can ideally or theoretically get it sooner because we can exhaust Galadriel to draw cards and add resources. Or reduce our threat, sorry. So 6 cards. 2, 4, 6. Let's do this like a Pokemon pack. We got Orphan. Galador and Archer. Test of Will. Elrond's Council. Feigned Voices. Firefoot. And that's it. Okay, so no Ninya. I'm going to draw into another Test of Will. Alrighty. So now we will do our encounter card, which is creature Warg. After White Warg engages you, deal 1 damage to a character you control, 2 damage instead if it is night. That means we will want to engage that thing now. Okay. While it is day, each hero gets +1 willpower. When it becomes night, raise each player's threat by 1. So it's raise each player's threat and oh geez, that's awful. We raise each player's threat and reveal an encounter card. Let's pass out some money. We don't even have a... Oof. Let's go ahead and exhaust Galadriel to reduce our threat by 1 and draw a card. Into Steward of Gondor. Alright, well, I mean, like... We have a fairly decent start if we can survive, I guess. Yikes. So we are going to take the White Wolf. It's only a 2 attack. We can honestly defend over here with Mr. A. And then we just don't want it to engage. We're going to deal 1 damage, which will probably be to Galadriel. I'm okay with the ping damage on Galadriel. He's got 3 defense, which is awful. Okay. I think what we will do is quest with Celeborn for 3. So we're showing 2. Actually, for 4 because it's day. Showing 2. We're going to flip into when revealed. Each warg enemy gets +1 until the end of the phase. So this is going to be showing 6. So we quested for 4. We'll raise our threat by 2. 1, 2. We will go ahead and play Elrond's Council. Actually, during that. So we'll read. So we're playing Elrond's Council before we resolve, taking this up to 5. So we raise our threat by 1 and we reduce our threat by 3. So we're actually down to 27. So that saves us from engaging both of these wargs. Okay. We will engage here. Not engage there. He honestly, we're going to take this attack undefended. It's going to be a little bit risky. While it engages, you deal 1 damage to a character you control. And take it undefended. It's going to be 2. After this attack, attacking enemy engages the next player and makes an immediate attack. How does this work if there is not another player? Am I just... I think I am the next player. Okay, so we're taking 2 damage. We're going to do it again. If it's night, attacking an enemy makes an additional. So we'll take 2 damage over here on Celeborn. And then we will swing back with Aylmer and Mr. A to kill. I don't love it. I don't love it. Okay. End of the round, we'll stand up. Flip. When it becomes night, reveal an encounter card. When revealed, if it's night, raise each player's threat by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We also need to increase our threat for the end of the round. And then we raise our threat by 1. This is crazy. Gross. Okay, dislike. Okay, top of the round, let's pass out some money and draw Ninja. Light of Eleanor is actually freaking excellent here. Sick. Okay, let's go 1 for Light of Eleanor. Galadriel will reduce our threat and draw us a card into Feigned Voices. Alrighty, we will go ahead and use 2 from Aylmer to play the Archer. We'll deal a damage to the warg up here. And we have Feigned Voices so we can prevent the attack over here. Yeah. Whew. Okay. And then we have Lethal. We have Lethal on that. We're not going to use the resources over here on Celeborn to play Steward of Gondor yet, because we only have Orphan in our hand. And I'm worried that we may need... No, we don't want to play... We don't want to do that. Let's go ahead and... Let's trade the resources over here to Galadriel. We're playing the long game. And we're crossing our fingers and hoping for the best. It is nighttime. We cannot cancel encounter cards. So here we are. Okay. We'll quest for 4 total. We're showing 2. Flip into 2. The current quest is a side quest. It gets +2. So nothing happens. This guy will engage us. We will play Feigned Voices to return the Archer. So this guy doesn't attack. We'll discard the Shadow card. And then we've got a 3, 5. I guess we probably could have, but that, yeah, to take this guy out. Okay. Okay. We'll raise our threat. We will unexhaust. We will flip to day. Return each enemy to the staging area, and we get +1 willpower. Where was the draw card? Was that on stage 2? Yeah, okay, that's on stage 2. Top of the round, we will draw a card. Lorien Guide. Alrighty, that's nice. We got 1. We got 3 here on Galadriel, and we got 1 over here. Now we can get Firefoot out here soon, so that'll be nice. Okay, we'll use 3 to play Lorien Guide. And we will use Galadriel's ability. Actually, I guess we lower our threat. And there's the Handmaiden. Ooh. We'll go ahead and use 2 to play the Handmaiden. After Handmaiden enters play, reduce choose a player, reduce our threat by 1. We'll do that. And then we have a Feigned Voices that we can trigger with Handmaiden. Alrighty. Very nice, very nice. So we're going to quest with 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quest with 2. 1, 2. Quest with 3. 1, 2, 3. And so we're getting a plus from entering play from Galadriel. And we're also getting a plus from our hero because it is day. And then Eomer is going to hang out. So is Mr. A. We're questing for 9, showing 2. When we committed to the quest here, we get to place a progress token. We're going to flip into a Bloodthirsty Warg. While Bloodthirsty Warg is in the staging area, it gains force. When it becomes night, it engages the first player and it makes an immediate attack. Yikes. Dislike. Okay, so we quest for 9. We're showing 4. We'll place 5. 1 rolls over to the main. And that gets cleared. We'll go ahead and travel. During our travel phase, we will optionally engage the Bloodthirsty Warg. We'll play Feigned Voices to return Galadriel Handmaiden. That can't attack. Discard that shadow card. We'll swing back with 3, 6, 7, which is enough to kill. Okay. Flipping to night stinks. So, actually, hold on. Let's do this in order. Because I'm afraid that I'm going to get a little out of sync if I don't go a little methodical. So we unexhaust. We raise our threat by 1 to 34. Into the round, we'll flip this. Reveal an encounter card. When it becomes night, we increase our threat. Encounter card, if the current quest is a side quest, it's another rugged country. Okay, that's not as bad. Okay. Top of the round, we will draw a card into not Ninja. Come on, give me Ninja. We'll pass out money. We got Firefoot. We got a Firefoot drop over here. Okay. Galadriel is going to go ahead and use her ability. We'll reduce our threat. Draw a Elrond's Council. That's going to be nice. I do want to push through to... I can't place threat here. So... I can clear this, though. So I could quest here. We're just going to go ahead and play the Handmaiden. We'll spend 2 to play the Handmaiden. Reduce our threat by 1. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and quest for 1. We'll place a progress token here. Quest for 3. 1, 2, 3. Quest for 3. 1, 2, 3. So we're questing for 7, showing 2. Flip into Hunting Pack. Cannot have attachments. While Hunting Pack is making an engagement check, it gets -1 for each damaged character that you control. It's a 3/6. Yeah. Okay. So that's showing 5. We quested for 7, so we placed 2 progress tokens here, which is actually just perfect. What's up, Beast Snow? How's it going? We're fighting wargs today. We'll go ahead and travel here. We'll optionally engage here. We will defend with the Handmaiden. 6. Attacking me gets +1. If this attack destroys the character, remove all progress from the current quest. Oh no. 1 progress. That's fine. That's honestly fine. Then we're going to swing with 3, 6, 8. Oh, that actually does not kill it. But, oh. Oh, I meant to play Firefoot. Firefoot would have killed it. That is what we would call a blunder. Yeah, that's fine. We can ping it with the Sylvan Archer. It's just annoying. That was dumb. That was dumb. It's on me. Play smart. Okay, so end of the round, we'll unexhaust everyone, increase our threats. Flip to day. When it becomes today, return each enemy to the staging area. And then At the end of the round, flip this objective. You watched the FFG live video of the Two Towers playthrough earlier, and it was hilarious watching Caleb talk about how hard it was while playing Helm's Deep. I was there. Yeah. How does it Yeah. Nice. I'm excited to dive back into the Two Towers. I'm really happy to be playing stuff that, you know, everyone has now. So that's kind of fun. But I have a special spot in my heart for the books. And so it's cool. It's really cool. That's really funny. When did they do that stream? Was that today? Okay. Top of the round. We're at 34 threats. Pass out money. Draw a card into not Ninja. Come on, Ninja. Where are you at? Okay. We'll spend 2 to play the Archer, which will ping the last damage here. I can't believe I missed that play. That was bad. That was real bad. That remove all quest or remove all progress is real bad. The North Downs. I'm going to cheat a little bit and see how many of those we have in here, because that is nasty. And somehow I missed that. There's one more. There's 2 more in there. Oh, that's so gross. That is so gross. That means that we probably... Oh my gosh. That's crazy. That's crazy. Ew. Okay, let's use Gladriel to reduce our threats. And draw a card. Come on, give me Ninja. It's another Handmaiden. That works, I guess. I think we need to just make a huge push here. Because we can only place progress when it's day. So let's go ahead and spend 3 to play Orphan. After Orphan enters play, return a Sylvan ally to your hand. I'm going to spend 2 to play the Handmaiden, which will reduce our threat by 1. We'll spend 2 to play Handmaiden to reduce our threat by 1. These entered play this turn. Do you ever have your eyes on anything on Kickstarter or game? Yeah, I do. Yeah, anything that caught your eye, Beastno? I need Ninja. Okay, let's go ahead and quest for 2. I'm going to take this down. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then these all get +1 actually. 1, 2, 3. Questing for 16. Lorian Guide is 17. We get to place a progress here. We could go 1 here. Honestly, I am okay with that. Go 1. 18. 18 showing 0. Flip into another rugged country. So 16 rolls over. We reduce it by 2, so 14. So this goes up to 14. And that clears. I'm honestly thinking about not traveling. Actually, we're gonna Elrond's Council. 1, 2, 3, and then increase this by 1. We're down to 28 threats. I'm backing the One Ring Moria through the Doors of Durin. Not that it needed help hitting 32k. Is that the RPG system? Sorry. Is that the? Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking about not traveling. The other thing is like I'm looking at. I need to put 5 on. This is 2. It would take 3 to push through, but it'd also take 2. It's the same if I travel or if I don't. Yeah. because Lorien Guide places one, and then it's negated 2 regardless. So it's fine. Yep. Oh, okay. They have a D&D version. Oh, okay. So it's not just a D&D version, or it's not just a D&D like setting. It's a it's like a RPG system in itself. That's cool. I'm currently waiting for a 20 strong. I backed Elder Scrolls and the new Hoplo stuff from Chip Theory. I backed Cream Mantle from All or Nothing. The new DC game stuff. I'm thinking about Isofarian Guard and looking at Dragon Eclipse. I'm interested in Dragon Eclipse. That's the LCG from Awakened Realms, right? They have pledged 1.5 million but wanted 32k. Nice. Oh, I can't place progress because it's going to go to Day. I forgot about Day. Reveal an encounter card, which is going to be Wolf of Agmar. That will surge. While it's night, it gets +2 attack. Surges into when revealed, each player deals 1 damage to a hero he controls. Attach Cold of Agmar to the current quest. Counts as a condition. Treat the attached character's text box as if it were blank. Treat each damaged character with a printed text box as if it were blank. Oh, shoot. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. Galadriel can quest now. Huh. That's not awful, actually. Threat goes up. Going to look at Final Girl and Dice Throne, but I'm afraid it'd be very expensive for all in. Yeah. Final Girl is... They're doing another Kickstarter, like season 3. Is it out now? My goal is to convert it into our favorite LCG, Lawsuits Withstanding. Nice. Nice. Okay. Top of the round. We'll pass out money. Draw a card to another archer. Jeez. I'm really afraid of drawing that shadow card. Yikes. We'll go ahead and spend 2 to drop Firefoot onto Aomer. Yeah. Really funny, actually. Okay, so each player deals 1 damage to a hero he controls. Attach Cold from Agmar to the current quest. Counts as a condition attachment. You treat each damaged character's text box as if it were blank, except for keywords and traits. So you could damage... If Mr. A was damaged, I could kill Mr. A and not lose the game. That's really funny, and I think an oversight. Probably fixed at some point. But I think it's funny. Yeah, Final Girl Kickstarter is coming within the next week or so. I think Dice Throne is teasing X-Men for the next Kickstarter. They reveal Wolverine and Psylocke. Nice. I've heard the new Dice Throne stuff is really, really solid. I think we're just hanging out. Like, I don't think that there's really anything that we can do. We're gonna block here. Yeah. We're gonna quest for 1. Which will place this here. We'll quest for 3, so that's total quest of 4. We're showing 1. I'm fine with that. Galadriel could quest. There's no reason for Galadriel not to quest. So we're questing for 8. Showing 1. Flip into a 2. After White Ward engages, you deal 1 damage to a character you control, 2 damage instead if it's night. Ugh. Okay. So we quest for 8, which is just going to clear this. We cannot place progress there. Both of these are going to engage us. Oh, he's attacking for 4. We have 2 shadow cards. If we lose all the progress here, I'm going to be so mad. We have to deal 2 damage to a character. I think I can deal XX damage. Like, I think I can deal the 2 damage there. Backing things is fun. I absolutely have no patience, but it's fun to jump into a campaign. Yeah, if I played RPGs or 5e, I'd be all over Moria. Yeah, I used to play a lot of RPGs, but I lost all my I don't have any friends. We're gonna block Mr. A here. No shadow effect. We're good. He's attacking for 4. We have to block. We have to take it. Block with the Handmaiden. Oh, it's not that. Thank goodness. Oh, that was so scary. I don't like it at all. Okay, so we've got Aomer attacking for 5, and because text box is blank, so we're just attacking for 5. We can exhaust Firefoot to choose a non-unique enemy and deal excess damage. So we'll go here. So 1 excess damage rolls over here. Then we've got 2, 4, 6 to take out this white ward. Okay. We can stand up. Increase our threats. Flip this. Nothing special happens. Pass out money. Draw a card, which is Ninja. It's Olorian. That's not bad. We'll move to Northwest Arkansas and I'll play. Nice. Oh, okay. Not having Ninja is sad. Okay, we're pushing through the quest this time. It's not going to be too hard to do. I'm going to spend 1 from Celeborn to play Olorian onto Galadriel. I don't really want to... do anything else with it. We just need 5. We got 2. 1, 2. Got 1. We got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That puts us at 7, which should be enough. And then the reason why I'm hesitating, right, is we could drop Galadriel because her text box is blank, so she can quest right now, which is, again, hilarious. But if I don't quest with her, once we clear this, I can use her ability to draw a card, reduce my threats. And right now, I want cards. If we pull out something that's over, we're just gonna quest with Galadriel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull out a when revealed, assign X damage amongst the characters committed to the quest. X is the number of characters committed to the quest. So that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. One. 2, 3, 4. And we'll kill off Orphan. I never grabbed stand and fight. Well, we clear this. Wargs have pursued you into the wasteland. They hound your every step, slowing your progress day and attacking you when the sun is set. When revealed, shuffle the encounter card discard pile into the encounter deck. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until X warg enemies are discarded. X is the number of players in the game. Add each discarded enemy to the staging area. Each night, another member of your company is caught at the edge of the firelight and dragged away. Jeez, that's terrifying. The sound of snarling and screaming echo in the darkness. When it becomes day, each player draws a card. When it becomes night, discard 1 non-objective ally from play. Yikes. And then that's gone. But we have to shuffle that back in. Little nervous about this. We have to push through that quick. We don't have that much ping damage to left to left to assign. Okay, let's find a warg. There it is. After a white warg engages, you deal 1 damage to a character you control. 2 damage if it's night. Okay, well, this engages us. 1 damage to a character you control. We'll deal it to the Lorien Guide. Lorien Guide's going to be discarded regardless. So might as well do it. Then we'll block with the Archer. Be 2 plus 0, which is enough to take down the Archer. Then we will swing back with enough. 3, 5, 7. It has less health than that. Okay. End of the round. We'll unexhaust. We will increase our threat. We will flip to night. When it becomes night, discard 1 non-objective ally. We have none. And then we reveal an encounter card, which is North Downs. Oh, there it is. Nope, it's not. That's not. Oh, yeah. This is one of them, which we now have 3 in there. But North Downs is the one where we remove all the progress. And while it's night, it gets +2 threat. Draw into sneak attack. Pass out money. I'm a little afraid that we're just not going to have enough to enough ping damage to go around. We'll go ahead and exhaust Lorien to play Orphan. When Orphan enters play, we get to go find a What's really funny, and I didn't ever think about this, is you can just have an Orphan chain. If you have Steward on, like, Celeborn, then you can Orphan over and over and over again. And it's just like an endless loop. That's actually not a bad idea. I mean, like, we can't do that because Lorien's over here. We're just going to grab the Handmaiden. But still, I think it's funny. I just think it's neat. I put Ninjas in there, right? Okay. We'll quest with 3, 6. We don't have to exhaust either of them. And it's going to be against 3. Another North Downs. That's actually really great to see. So that's a total of 6. Nothing happens. We're going to travel to one of these North Downs. Seeing both of these makes me feel a lot more confident about chump blocking. So that's nice. We'll unexhaust everything. We'll increase our threat to 32. We will flip to day. We draw a card when we flip to day. Hey, Gladrian Minstrel. After it enters play, search top 5 cards for an event card and add it to your hand. But we don't even have... I didn't use Galadriel's ability last time. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then at the top of the round, we'll draw a card. There it is. There's Ninja. We'll pass out money. Okay. We'll spend 1 to play Ninja on Galadriel. We'll spend 2 to play the Galadriel Minstrel. Search the top 5 cards for an event. We got Sylvan Refugee, Steward of Gondor, Sylvan Refugee, Unexpected Courage, and a sneak attack. We'll take the sneak attack. This is also at 0. Okay. Spend 2 for a Handmaiden. Reduce our threat by 1. These enter play this turn. Okay. We will quest for 3, 5. Quest for 3, 1, 2, 3. We don't get the plus anymore. We will go ahead and quest with Orphan for 2, 1, 2. So that's putting us at 10. We're showing 1. This is not a push through round, but what I think we can do is clear this, get a little bit of progress on there, feel fairly decent about our lives. We're going to have to discard, we'll discard the Minstrel. And then we have Ninya to add if we want to, or we may just use that for the threat mitigation and the card draw, because if we can draw into an Unexpected Courage, I'd be very, very happy at this point. I don't have any healing in my deck, do I? Ugh. That may have been an oversight. Okay. Each player must choose either discard the highest cost ally that they control, or search the encounter deck and discard pile for a warg enemy, reveal it, and add it to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. I'm okay with the warg enemy. So we got the Northern Warg. When revealed, each warg enemy gets +1 threat. So we are questing for 10. We're going to be showing 4. We could have Galadriel add some. I think we do. I think we add Galadriel. We go Ninya and Galadriel for 4. Just because we're not going to be able to next turn, because we can't place threat or place progress on the current quest next turn. So we might as well use it this turn. So we're questing for 14, showing 4, so 10. This hits 4, so 6 rolls over. It's about to become night, so this is, we might as well go here. We will go ahead and engage. Well, I guess we don't actually have a option. And Éomer can take it out, so that's actually fine. We'll block with Mr. A. It's going to be a 3, no shadow. Éomer will take it out, which will clear. Sweet. Stand up. Increase our threats. Flip to night. Reveal an encounter card. Assign X damage among characters where X is equal to number of characters committed to the quest. 0, baby. Did I draw one of those and not cancel it? Was it night? I hope it was night. Don't tell me if it wasn't night. And then we discard 1 non-objective ally. So we'll discard the Minstrel. Okay. We will pass out money. And draw a card. Test of Will, another one. We have all the sneak attacks and all the Test of Wills. Go ahead and use Galadriel to reduce our threat and draw into Gandalf. There we go. Okay, now we have 3 sneak attacks and a Gandalf at our disposal. Feeling better. The Nadite mechanism is pretty wild. I like it. I like it. I think it's really interesting. I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of it. We will go ahead and just go 5. Quest for 5. Showing 0. I'm going to flip into a 2. While Bloodthirsty Warg is in the staging area, gains force. When it becomes night, it engages and attacks the first player. Gross. Okay. Quested for 5. Showing 2. 3 gets placed over here. We'll go ahead and optionally engage here. We're going to block with Orphan. Enemy gets +1 for each quest card in play. It's enough. Does not really matter, actually. And then we will swing back for 7, which is enough to kill here. Aomer is really cool. Aomer is really, really good, team. I'm a fan of Aomer. We'll stand up. Increase our threat. Flip to day. We will draw a card, which is, ooh, another minstrel. Top of the round, we'll pass out money. We'll draw a card. Song of Travel. I don't think we really need that. Okay, so a couple of options here. Since we have so many Gandalf sneak attacks, I'm thinking that we're going to use those for non-damage and probably use those for threat mitigation. Since we're sitting at 31, we could also use it for card draw. Wait until you open more stuff that makes them better, like that +2. So, oh gosh, I'm so ready. I'm so ready for it. I'm so ready for it. Oh gosh, that sounds so beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead and spend 2 to play the Minstrel. Search top 5 cards for an event. Ooh, there we go. Nice. Elrond's Council is also pretty sick. So, okay, so the Tree People. Island in Perils, or Elrond's Council. We're going to take Elrond's Council just because we want the threat, or we want the quest right now. I'm pretty sure we want to push through. I think if we push... we have an okay chance of pushing through right now. When it becomes day, discard all progress from the stage. Yeah, okay. And then the pack leader, he's annoying, but he's not too bad. It's a cool mechanism to bounce back and forth. Pack leader cannot take damage unless there are 5 progress tokens on this stage. Oh, that's so annoying. It doesn't interact really well with archer, but we can flood the field with archers and just kind of feel really good about that. Let's move into the let's move into the quest phase. We'll spend 1 resource here to sneak attack Gandalf, committed to the quest, and we will... Do we draw cards, or do we... Is the quest gone that we lose all our cards? Yeah. So we already have passed the quest where we lose all the cards. Threat, I don't think is that big of an issue. We're going to draw 3 cards. Got the Tree People, Island in Peril, Steward of Gondor. Okay. So we're questing for 4. I guess technically he's not exhausted. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Galadriel will add. We're gonna keep Aomer. Honestly, we could sneak attack Gandalf again if we needed to. It's just 1. Questing for 11, showing 6. So it will be another round, and I think we'll blow it out of the water the next round, so we don't need to worry about Aomer right now. So we'll quest for 11, showing 0. Switch into Wolf of Agmar, which is going to surge into Doomed to remove each damaged character from the quest. 1, 2, alrighty. So, that's -3. 1, 2, 3. Goes down to 8. Wait, you know what? I have so many of these stupid Test of Wills. We're just going to spend 1 resource and go Test of Will. Cancel that when revealed. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's go ahead and use Elrond's Council to go +1. Stupid Test of Will. Right? And then we will use Galadriel Ninja to add 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're showing 16, 15, 14. That pushes. Why did I not think we were going to be able to push? Okay. Cool. That works for me. Did you say stupid test of will? Just remember that next time you have none in your hand. I mean, it worked. I traded a resource and a test of will for +3, which actually, no, I didn't even need to do that. Fine. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Stupid test of will comes back to my hand. Because for some reason, I thought this was 20. It was only 15. And so if I reduce it by 3, it goes down to, it's still enough to clear. So we don't need to do that. Fine. Okay. When reveal, let's flip the time objective to Nightfall. Boom. We reveal 1 encounter card per player. When reveal, each player deals 1 damage to hero controls. That has to be over here with Aylmer. And it's, oh no. To condition attachment, all of our text boxes are blank now. Woohoo! That's really bad. That is really, 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 really bad. Cool. Yeah, okay. I don't love it. Stupid waste, stupid test. Add pack leader to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck and discard cards where X is 1 less than the number of players in game. Oh, thank goodness. Oh my gosh. We don't have to deal with another one. Gandalf's going to pop back to our hand. When it becomes day, discard all progress from the stage. Pack leader cannot take damage unless there are at least 5 progress tokens on the stage. The players cannot defeat the stage while pack leader is in play. If pack leader is destroyed, players win the game. And all of our text boxes are blank. Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad. Yikes. Okay. Cool. No, it's treat each damaged character, so only damaged characters. So ally, since all my heroes are damaged, they're all blank. Which is why I think healing would be really nice to bring to this quest, because you could get around this. Or just another way to get rid of condition attachments, which I just didn't think of. But funny enough, if I damage Mr. A, he can die and I don't lose the game. Because his text box says that if he leaves play, the players lose the game. If he's damaged, he has a blank text box. So I think that's kind of funny. Alrighty, both of these guys are engaging me. Nice loophole. Yeah, right? Right? It's so funny. It's so funny to me. We'll spend 1 to sneak attack Gandalf to deal 4 damage here. And then we will defend with Gandalf for this attack of 5. If it's night, the attacking enemy makes an additional attack after this one. Gandalf takes a damage. We'll block with the Minstrel. It'll be 5. After pack leader engages you, exhaust the character you control for each ward. We'll exhaust. I think he engages first. Oh, Gandalf's text box is blank. I don't... Oh, but sneak attack isn't. But that's interesting. You could leave Gandalf on the table for everything. That's funny. Sneak attack will still pop him back, but that is really funny. Interesting. Interesting. That's really, really funny. Okay, so we got this. No. Bye-bye. And then we can't damage him, so... The end of the combat round, Gandalf is going to pop back to our hand. That's really, really funny. Oh my gosh. Huh. Okay, cool. Okay, so we will flip to day. This will move back. We will unexhaust everybody. Increase our threat to 34. Draw a card into Island in Peril. We can play the Handmaiden so many freaking times right now. Okay, so like this is the time to go, right? Right, so if we have to quest for minimum 9, which is going to be fine, we can do that. I think we try and quest to place 5 here. If we can place 5, we can sneak attack Gandalf and deal 4 damage and then kill the pack leader pretty easily, actually. Handmaiden's not exhausted. Let's go ahead and play the Tree People. We'll return this ally. We'll search the top 5 cards of our deck for a Sylvan ally. Lorien Guide. Gandalf is not Sylvan. Sylvan Refugee. Yeah. Play a Sylvan Refugee. So after a character leaves play, discard Sylvan Refugee from play. Okay. We will spend 2 to play the Handmaiden. Decrease threat by 1. So now we're questing for 6, 9. Galadriel is 4. So that should be enough to push through this. Then we can sneak attack and attack with Gandalf. We might as well just get these archers out. We'll spend 4 to play 2 archers. That's going to be just 4 more damage for us. Yeah. Okay. So let's count up our quest. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. So that's 11. Oh, also we will Lorien and save one of these resources. Because of reasons, I guess. That's 11. We're showing 4. We can choose to use Galadriel later, so let's go ahead and flip into North Downs. That's our last North Downs as well. No, actually, we just shuffled everything back in, so that's a lie. While it's 9, it gets +2. That's fine. We quested for 11. We're showing 5, so we're going to place 6 progress here. Okay. This guy's going to engage us. We will go ahead and travel here. I don't think there's a reason to not travel. We will block this attack with the refugee. If it is night, it makes an additional. It does not. The Sylvan Refugee leaves play, which does not help Éomer, unfortunately. But we will go ahead and use a resource here to sneak attack Gandalf to deal 4 damage. And then we will swing back for 3, 7, 9, 11, 16, 18 damage. So, well, 18, so 14 damage. GG's. Sylvans are so much fun. Éomer is really good. Éomer is really, really freaking good. Yeah, I like that quest. I thought that was a fun quest. That feels like a test that, like would be really fun to revisit. I really like the flip between Daybreak and Nightbreak and how the different scenarios and the different, I guess, like time through this quest deck affects that. I thought that was really cool. Let's go ahead and read the ending here. And then we got some stuff to open. We'll open the Lord of the Rings stuff first, and then we'll also open the Arkham. But yeah, I also really like the idea of playing Gandalf, defending with Gandalf, and just leaving him on the table because of this. I feel like this was... This is really funny. That's just a funny card. Like that helps just as much as it hinders in the right deck. Almost you could build a deck around this. How does that interact with Bjorn? Can you start... You can't not defend, but you can just take the attack undefended, but he's now not immune to player card effects. I don't know, that's funny. Do not read until the heroes have won the quest. They have endured the freezing cold and biting fangs of evil wolves for many days, traveling as far as they could by day and fending off fierce attacks each night. But over time, the company has grown weary. Defeating the pack's leader has caused the creatures to retreat, but spending restless nights chased and harassed by wolves has forced them far off track, close to the peak of Mount Graham, which towered into the northern clouds. They were far from Tharadur and their friend Mr. I, with no way to tell how much time had been lost to fighting the evil wolves. Worse, they were far too exhausted to continue marching without sleep, and many of them had grown sick from the cold. What little game was to hunt in the wastes had been scared off by the wolves, and the rations from the Fornas were running out. After many days of these conditions, a night with no howling was a great relief. The company discussed at length whether this meant it was safe to camp for the night, but in the end they were too hungry and weak to continue. Knowing they were in a dangerous position, they had no choice but to stop for the night. That's when the goblins struck. They emerged under the cover of darkness, clad in white fur that blended with the snow. The sentries that kept watch were taken from behind, pulled to the ground, and gagged. One spotted the approaching goblins and called out, but was immediately struck by goblin arrows. The sentry's shout woke the rest of the company, but taken by surprise and outnumbered by the company, outnumbered nearly 10 to 1, the odds were grim. The largest of the goblins stepped forward and grinned wickedly. "Surround them! Don't let any escape!" it bellowed. "Godnak wants them alive." The ensuing battle was futile. The heroes fought valiantly, but the heavy snow impeded the movements, and the goblins had strong upper hand. Most of the company was knocked unconscious or cornered and surrounded. Others fought to the bitter end. Through the goblins, it seemed to be trying to take as many captives as possible. Those who revisited and could not be captured were pierced with stone arrowheads or spear tips and left to bleed in the snow. The heroes were forced to submit, disarmed of their weapons and bound. They looked amongst themselves for a moment before they realized that Armathura was no longer standing by them. They weren't sure if his body was among the slain. "Come now, lads," the larger goblin growled, pulling one of the heroes to his feet, forcing him to march at spear point. "Mount Graham awakes." So, Mount Graham is what we're about to unbox. We'll unbox that, and I think we will be playing it on Monday morning. So that's the current time frame or time consideration. But just make sure to follow everything for the most up to date. I'm gonna be right back. Clear up. We're gonna unbox this, and then we're gonna unbox Return to the Forgotten Circle right after that. Woohoo! Monday, yeah. Alrighty, I'll see you soon.